Am I overreacting about my mother-in-law? I'm 29 years old, currently pregnant with our first child, and my due date is fast approaching. My husband is over the moon about becoming a dad, but his mother is really starting to overstep now, that the baby's arrival is near. Here's a little background. My husband and I have been married for 2 years, and we began trying for a baby about a year before the wedding. It hasn't been an easy road. We dealt with infertility, countless doctor visits, blood tests, and various hormonal treatments. We experienced 3 miscarriages, including one on our actual wedding day. It was heartbreaking. As time passed with no success, my mother-in-law started growing more and more impatient. She never questioned my husband about it, but she constantly asked me why things weren't working. The pressure from her was exhausting and only added to the emotional toll. Eventually, we reached a point where our doctor told us IVF might be our only shot. We didn't have the financial means to pursue it. So after a lot of painful discussion, we decided to accept the possibility of a child-free life. When I told my mother-in-law about our decision, she just gave me a look of sheer disappointment and refused to speak to me. It made me feel like even more of a failure than I already did. Then, by some miracle, I got pregnant naturally. We didn't tell anyone right away because of our past losses, and I was extremely sick, so sick that I could barely keep anything down for days. Still, we waited until I was about 4 months along before announcing it to family. As expected, my mother-in-law was ecstatic, but her excitement quickly became overwhelming. She immediately began rubbing my belly and started going on about how it had to be a boy so the family name could continue. Meanwhile, my pregnancy has been rough. I've been nauseous constantly and have had no appetite. I haven't enjoyed this pregnancy one bit, which makes the pressure from my Mael even harder to take. At just 6 months, she started hinting that I'd be ready for baby 2 in no time. Our first child isn't even born yet, and she's already pushing for a second. Now that my due date is near, she's making more outrageous requests. Subscribe for part 2.